Good morning. We are live. Unless it's not 11 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday, then you're watching this as a video. I see people are here already. Welcome. Hi, Gail, and Susan, and hi, oh my God, Christina. Let me turn the pings off. Okay, no more pings from my computer. Hi, Michael. And if I miss anybody, hi, Chris. Hi, Lauren. Okay. So we're going to get right into this. First thing I wanted to let everybody know that at 7 Eastern time tonight, we're doing mediumship. I'm going to do some connections here on the channel, so you're all welcome to join. And it's always interesting doing that because I'm having to work with the spirits and then watch my live chat and see if anybody's taking it. So for me, it really kind of stretches my boundaries as a medium, and we always get some really good messages through. So that's going to be 7 Eastern time tonight in celebration of Beltane and celebration of May Day. And I do this about every 6 weeks or so on the channel, and I'm going to have a little coupon code for you all that if anybody wants to get a discounted full reading. So that's announcement number one. So 7 o'clock tonight, Sunday, mediumship, connections to the spirit world, messages from the other side. And next Sunday, I will not be doing tarot time because I will be at my son's graduation in South Dakota. So today we're going to actually cover 2 weeks, and we're going to skip next Sunday, and then we'll resume on what's the date? The 16th, I think. Whatever 2 Sundays are from now. So 11 for hi Ellis. I'm not going to bother with my glasses. So I think that's the only thing that I wanted to mention. And just again, thank you everybody that's been supporting me on this new journey through YouTube as the channel continues to expand and we continue to be able to offer more information and more services and stuff like that. So so on that note, on June 21st, that'll be the 1-year anniversary of the channel. So we're gonna party like it's 1999, even though it's 2021, and we'll conjure up some kind of cool event. I'll definitely do mediumship then also, because that'll be Litha. That'll be the summer solstice. Right now we're in the Beltane season, which is about fertility here in the Northeast in the good old US of A. Everything's turning green and everything's pollinating. The animals are mating and the energy's rising up from the earth and up through our crowns and up into the heavens. And if you missed my last live event, live chat, I shared Joe Dispenza's supernatural breathing exercise, which is really, really appropriate for this time of year because it brings the energy in the lower chakras and then it helps to expand in the upper chakras. So anyway, so that's what's going on. I have some tea, and if anybody's new, definitely, if you want to say where you are in the big wide world, and I'm drinking green tea this morning. So you guys, coffee, tea, or caffeine free? I always ask that. Or pancakes. If I was to have pancakes this morning, I would not be doing this now, but what I did instead is that I did my morning routine meditation and cold shower, but then I sat outside because it's sunny and warm today for about 40 minutes and did some meditation. And I haven't eaten yet, so I may be a little spacey, but it's all good. So back to tarot. And I'm just seeing if anybody's new here. Hi, Lauren. And hi, Yvonne. Sour sop tea with fever grass. Oh, good. Yeah, I have green tea with ginger, so I'm big on the herbs also as well. So what I like to do for tarot time, if anybody's new, so far I recognize everybody, but a lot of people watch this as a video also, is I'll start with a meditation card, and that'll be for our group for the next couple of weeks. Or should I pull 2? No, I'll just pull 1. And then I do a 3-card spread that just kind of picks up on the trends energetically and how that might play out in society. But it's mostly for this group. And I know I was thinking back on what I said last Sunday, and certainly energetically it was true. I don't know if any of the current events or some of the things that I was picking up on actually happened. If they didn't, oh well. that's why they're predictions or forecasts. But definitely the energy, it was definitely what I was saying, definitely was happening. And for me personally, it was a hard week and I was feeling a lot. And finally, yesterday, I broke out of something. So I feel a lot better these last couple of days. Hi, Pauline. Okay, so welcome. Second cup of coffee for Chris. Okay, so coffee, tea, or caffeine free. And I'm going to just mix my cards up a little bit and ask Spirit to guide my hand to the best card for us to meditate on for the week, for our awakening, for our expansion, our growth, and our lives, because our physical lives and what we do on the earth is part of our spiritual journey. In fact, it is our spiritual journey, because this is the environment that we're working with right now, the physical. But as spiritual beings or healers or mediums or light workers or whatever we are, part of our job is bringing the energy of heaven or spirit into this earthly, the earthly parameters or this earthly vibration. So what we do matters, and what we think matters, and what we believe matters also. And easy to say, hard, not always easy to do, but change your thoughts, change your beliefs, change your emotional patterns, and you change your life, because you change your energy, and everything's energy. And of course, I say this a lot, but it's true that we are electrical beings, we're vibrational beings, we're over 99% empty space, because the atoms that make us up are over 99% empty space. And in that empty space is energy, is electrons. So anything that we think or feel changes the way the electrons flow through the body, changes the way the energy flows. That affects physical matter. That's been proven now through quantum physics, and changes our reality. But it also changes how others respond to us, and that's the key. So what we think, feel, is we wear our energy on our sleeve. I guess that's an expression. We wear our heart on our sleeve, we wear our energy on our sleeve. We broadcast boop, 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 everything about us to the world around us subconsciously. Every hope, every desire, every dream, every fear, boop, 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 out into the world around us. And subconsciously, the world will respond to you according to the energy that you're putting out there. So, always been my message. And it's a message that's shared by many, many, many spiritual teachers across the planet. So, on that note, here is our gateway to enlightenment for the next week or two. All right, so Spirit, please guide me to the right card. I found it. Wow, I like this one. And I know, I mean, I've been working with tarot over 20 years. I know that it's a very mystical thing, but it seems to never fail. Like 3 out of 4 times when I pull a card for meditation, it's one of the really defining cards in the deck. Whether this being an ace, which carries the powers of the entire suit, and or a major arcana card. So the Ace of Cups, meaning wise, is new beginnings. That's very much emotionally relevant, because cups represent water, and water represents emotions. So this is a really good card. And I was just talking about having to change, well, not having to, but it's desirable to change our emotions, change our frequencies, change our patterns, and change our life. So the aces tell us that we can do that. So this would be a good thing to meditate on this week. And we all get emotionally reactive, and it's usually predictable. So with most people, emotional patterns and reactions are predictable. And then what we create in our lives is predictable. So we know what our past is. Our future becomes predictable based upon our past. So this is our opportunity to break out of that. So the idea is to learn how to become the observer rather than the participant of your emotional reactions. And when you're able to do that, you start to change the programming, because we are programmed to respond emotionally in very set and predictable ways, starting from a very early age. We learn how our parents respond to the world, how our teachers respond to the world. We learn what to believe. We learn all of this stuff growing up. And according to psychology, by age 35, your patterns in life are pretty much set for the rest of your life, unless you consciously change it. So it's not being a victim or anything like that. It's just saying that for most people, by the time you're 35, your patterns are already set in life. So we can consciously change that. And so meditate on this card. And when you meditate on it, you can either take a mental snapshot of my card from the Hanson Roberts deck, or if you have tarot cards, you can use your own Ace of Cups. And when you get nice and relaxed, tune into your breathing. When you stop thinking and become conscious of your breathing, your consciousness raises, you start to feel energy. So when that happens, just in your mind, step into the card. And we're only seeing, a tiny little sliver of the scene. So when we step in, it becomes a panoramic view, and you see other things you don't see in the card. Be part of that energy, feel the energy, sit with the energy for a while, get messages from it. And that's how to meditate with tarot cards. So going to go into the forecast part now. This is a beautiful card. Maybe we're all going to fall in love too, or I should say, rise in love, because that's what happens when we're in love. When we rise to a higher vibration and energy. It starts by rising in love with ourselves. That's another message. Like I said, I'm going to do it. Well, I didn't say this, but I'm going to do a 3-card spread that'll just sort of give us a little snapshot of what to expect the next week or two. God, what's her channel? There's a Elevated Intuition, Spirituality, and Tarot. She does a very detailed, more personalized tarot reading on Sundays. If you want to check out that, I should have written this down. I think it's called Elevated Intuition, Spirituality, and Tarot. But I think if you type in those keywords, you'll find, what is her name? Is it Christine, or is Codian, or no, he's not. Okay, anyways. And then my friend Armand Diaz has a channel called Integral Astrology, and he does a very detailed and accurate astrological forecasts every Sunday or Monday. So you can check that out also. All right. So, moving right along, I will ask Spirit to help us pull in the right cards. As I'm closing my eyes and doing this, I'm seeing a lot of books. Maybe for this group, it's a good time to do our writing, or for our journaling has fallen off a little bit, or we don't journal. It may be time for that. And in my mind, I'm also seeing the Wheel of Fortune. So I think it's saying, that the wheel is turning. I'm thinking of Jerry Garcia's song now, The Wheel. And it won't slow down. And so I do believe for this group, we are in the process of shifting our consciousness now. And we're in a waning moon, coming towards the 14th, I believe, is when the approach to the next Mercury retrograde begins. Thank you, Rita Starr. She clued me in this morning on that. And that just means that Mercury starts to slow down, and then it goes retrograde at the very end of the month. Mercury's going to go into Gemini, I think, tomorrow. There's going to be a couple of hard aspects in the next couple of days, so don't be surprised if there's a lot of tension in the air. Like, what else is new? But then once Mercury's in Gemini, it's going to camp out there for a while. I think probably till, I don't know, the end of June, or maybe even July. It slows down. It goes retrograde in Gemini, and that's Mercury's ruling sign also. So it's going to be very Mercury retrograde, coming into a couple of eclipses later in the spring and into the summer. So anyway, 11/11. Did I miss it? Yeah. Teach me for not looking at my my live chat. All right. Oh, she's in. Thank you. Elevated Intuition. All right, I got it a little bit wrong. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. It's not Christine, is it? I'm going to be embarrassed if I'm getting the wrong name. Maybe you never told me. But if it is, Christine and Christina are both here. Anyways, mixing this up, and whoa, okay, very good. Okay. So I will ask Spirit to guide me to the next 2 weeks. Again, I'm not going to be doing tarot time next Sunday. Just because I figured I should probably go to my son's graduation. He's very proud of the fact that he's even doing his graduate work already. So I'm very proud of him as well. Oh, Amy. Okay, sorry about that. Maybe I never did know your name in the first place. So I don't know why I wanted to make you a Christine. All right. Well, that's interesting. Not bad. Not bad. We have this kind of sword dropping down from the heavens right in the middle of this, but we have some really nice cards around it, I have to say as well. Again, to borrow a terminology that I hear a lot from Sharita Starsh. I would plug her if she was on YouTube, but you can find her on Facebook and Instagram. She does astrology and is a very talented numerologist also. But one of her expressions is stay in your own lane. And I'm looking at this Ace of Swords, and I'm feeling like, yeah, definitely that's going to be a good idea for the next couple of weeks. And I almost feel like the change of energy and the change of perspective of people and what we're hearing in the news is going to be really, really extreme for the next week or two. Now, the Empress card's a beautiful card. It has this lovely Venusian energy. It's like the Earth Mother. I could even argue this into being a representation of Mother Mary or Kuan Yin. And very Earth, very good card for May, for Beltane season and everything like that as well. Excuse me, my eyes are itching. Oh, all right. There's enough pollen out there to turn my hair green this morning. And this is really good. And also the Six of Wands as an outcome is amazing, because sometimes it speaks of a certain amount of strife that's going on, but it's a victory card. That's why the laurel is here. And the interesting thing is 6 is ruled by Venus in numerology, and this card is ruled by Venus also. So the thing is, I feel like at some point a bomb is going to drop. I don't know exactly what that is, not literally, or I don't think there's going to be an asteroid hit. I think it's more like a news bomb, or maybe a truth bomb even as well. And as I'm talking about that, I'm like seeing extraterrestrials. There may be some news that comes out, or more disclosure on what's kind of going on, because I think pretty much everybody that comes to these types of channels is definitely aware of extraterrestrial intelligence that's somehow interactive with our own. And I've certainly seen a few UFOs here in the Catskills, which is really cool. I love when I see that as well. So what I need to do is kind of turn this around a little bit and just kind of get a sense. One thing I feel like Spirit is saying, definitely spend time in nature. Try to take some breaks from social media or the news. I'm feeling a lot of tension and anxiety here. And it makes sense because people are waking up, but we're really, I haven't seen other people call this that, but I'm calling this period the Great Purge, because we're in the awakening, but we're in a 5-year numerology. Some really freaking big bird just flew out there. I think it was a raven. That was too big to be a crow, and it was black. Ravens are magical. So the Great Purge. So what we need to do is learn how to let go. And I need to do a video on this. The next time I do a shadow work video, I'm going to talk about that, because I think that's one of the hardest things for people to do. And it stems from the fear of death, to cut to the chase, letting go of life basically. And I say this a lot because I'm a medium also. When we lose the fear of dying, we lose the fear of living. And when we lose the fear of death, then we can ascend spiritually, because every time we have a quantum leap of consciousness or come to our next spiritual level, we're basically dying and being reborn. So if you have a fear of death subconsciously, you're not going to grow spiritually too much. And if you do, it's going to take a heck of a lot of effort. But what we want to do is be able to allow this to happen naturally. It's like when we are ready, what we need comes to us, basically. So, the Ace of Swords in and of itself, and we got the Ace of Cups before, new beginnings. In its reverse perspective, I don't necessarily see it as a bad card. I look at some of the tarot books, and it's like, oh my God, doom and gloom, the Ace of Swords reversed or whatever. I just think it's telling us that we just need to just kind of let all the craziness go and just really settle into our lower chakras a little bit. Like take some time to meditate and feel your stomach expanding, or do the Joe Dispenza breathing technique where you bring the upper energy from the lower chakras into the upper chakras, or there's certain yoga breaths that you can do, and using the yoga bandhas or the energy locks, and I do that a lot in Kundalini yoga. But I think that's part of it. I feel like it may be this week or next week. I feel like something pretty shocking is going to come out in the news, and being that I'm seeing the Empress card, I'm wondering if anything about the whole drama with abducting children and trafficking, or any of that kind of stuff will come out, or just things that have been hidden, or agendas or whatever. I don't talk a lot about conspiracy theories here because I just don't know. And I don't want to speak on anything that I don't have like adequate proof or research about. But the one thing that I do know is that on the earth, there's always been a select few that, and I say this all the time, I know, a select few that control everything, the flow of money, the flow of power. It's been that way since the Egyptian pharaohs, really. Just shows that it's all gone high tech, and it's all gone kind of more subversive, but the general mentality hasn't changed. There's still like the control, and that's really what it is. You can follow money and things like money and power and stuff like that. It's really about control and controlling society, controlling the masses, so those few people continue to benefit and maintain the control. But that's really, like, that's not going to be able to survive, I don't think, past this year. I mean, it will, but it won't, because more people will be waking up. So again, I'm hearing a real shocker. That's the expression that's coming up in my mind. And a shocker may just be more for those that are more in the belief that the mainstream news is giving us accurate reporting on what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be a lot of awakening, not all of it pretty. But what I want to say is that there's two really amazing cards around it. This actually feels like it's going to, for us, those of us that are doing the work, those of us that are learning how to release and purge old energies and shift the old paradigms and the old belief systems. It may not be easy, but we're coming into a really, really good time. So this is kind of good. So I want to see what you guys are saying. Just letting go video would be, yeah. Felt all those things, man. Silent, yeah. Thank you, Christina. And what's Michael saying? We can thank the for what you're describing. Thank you for that also. All right, let me just see if there's anything else before I pull my angel card. I think I covered it. Just see if Spirit has anything else to say while I, while you guys look at this for another second. I mean, if you guys get any impressions, we are a team. We're a group here. I'm serving as a facilitator, but we're all in an awakening process. I'm not, exactly an enlightened master at this time. I have to own that. But we're doing the work. So, Gaia isn't. Oh, you see. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yes, thank you. All right. Anything else? Spirit? Yes, they're just saying, just learn to let go, learn how to love. And again, we learn to let go when we lose the fear of dying. And I'll do a video on that. Try not to make it sound morbid or anything, but it's true. And those that do law of attraction work, I know for myself that the number one thing that's kind of got me stuck from time is not letting go. And sometimes, you do the work, you put the prayers out there, and fine, spirit has it. You don't need to do anything else. And anything else that you do is going to start to like slow down or inhibit the energy or inhibit what you want from coming into your life. So it really comes from the illusion of not having. And that stems from the illusion that we're somehow separate from spirit or separate from source. So when we step back to source or God or spirit or great spirit or the quantum field or whatever word you want to give to the infinite, and that place where all possibilities and all time already exist, and what we create, it's due to our consciousness, both collectively and individually, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so just as I'm doing this, just as a reminder for the people that just came in a little later, 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight is my next mediumship night here on the channel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to spirit, describe spirits that are coming through, and then give messages through the live chat. So if you're part of the channel already, but you don't get notification, if you want to hit the bell icon, the bell notification, then YouTube will notify you when we begin. I'm going to do a giveaway in the beginning also. So if you guys want, especially people that follow me on other videos, I'll share that with you, that you guys want to get in early, because you might win a free half-hour reading also. And all right, so this is Doreen Virtue's Messengers from the Angel deck. And I keep using this one because I need to get some new ones. I used to have other angel decks. The thing is, I tend to lend out my books and my decks or whatever. I don't always get them back, so I don't even know where half of my decks went. All right. Anyways, so I am asking the angels to guide me to the right card. They're telling me to pull the one right on the bottom. And this is very appropriate for what I pulled. Shanti is about peace, right? The word Shanti, I think it's Sanskrit that loosely translates to peace. And whose angel is this? Metatron? No, I feel like this is Ariel. Anyway, I get kind of an Ariel feeling about that as well. All right, so anyway, let me see if I can read without glasses today. I'm the angel of peace. I bring you tranquility and a smoother road ahead. And I feel like part of the message, and based on the cards that I pulled also, so I'll show them all as the grand finale of the morning. Again, this Ace of Swords has a bit of a disruptive energy to it, but disruption is not necessarily a bad thing. But it's going to give us, in the next couple of weeks, a better idea of where we're going in our path in life, basically. And I think, because swords to me, swords are air in the tarot. And to me, it represents truth. Because I see swords as like pierces through the illusions and gets to the core of the matter. And I was saying in the beginning, I think this is showing a couple of truth bombs that are going to be coming out in the news, whether it's on mainstream news or just flooding the internet or whatever it is. I think a lot of disruption, but I feel like Spirit's saying, hang in there. And the next 3 months are going to be very intense. There's a lot of astrology to back that up. On my 2021 prediction, I said specifically, watch out for June. So May, June, and July. And but again, the wands is energy, and the six is about service, and the 6 of wands, anything on horseback is movement in the tarot, and this is getting through a challenge victorious. And I feel like Spirit's saying, no matter how challenging it gets the next few weeks, next few months, we're going to be victorious. We're going to get through this. We're going to have a new perspective. We're going to start to rebuild. And 2022, by the way, is a universal 6 year. This is the great purge, the great shift. I think that the real awakening is going to really start 2022, though. It's already starting. So anyways, I think that's it. Accepting the worst case scenario. That's a great point, Christina. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's always been my motto. Sometimes, like for example, when this whole thing from China started to reach here, I stocked up on a lot of food. I prepared for a full-on lockdown and martial law. It didn't happen, but I prepared for it. That way, if it did happen, I could stay here and be fine for months if I had to as well. The wizard arrived properly. Yes, thank you, Cody. Yes, the wizard has arrived. So check out Unlicensed Thinkers channel also. Since you're here, I'll give you a plug. That's my gratitude and thank you. So anyway, Shanti, peace, Om, everybody. Do your meditations. Step out, step back. Take breaks from social media. Go within. This is the time to discover who we are, and who we are is immensely powerful. And once you really discover that truth, because everybody that's attracted to this work's a light worker, unless you don't like that term because it's too new agey, a spiritual teacher on some level or another, an ascended master, an ascended being. We're all ascended masters and ascended beings. We just don't know it yet, or some of us just don't know it yet. So be in peace, be a warrior. Warriorship's about peace, understanding that sometimes we have to be capable of greater war to attain peace, because the world is crazy. But that's the thing. We have to be in our center and in our power and be really good examples, because as things fall apart, that's already happening. The systems on the world were unsustainable for years, if not decades. The financial system, the government. If you think that a little bug is all it took to bring it down, that kind of proves that our economy and our whole world structure has been built on a house of cards, formulated by the very greedy and the very selfish that don't really care what happens to us as long as they're getting what they want. If it wasn't a virus, a world, a big war, a large scale natural disaster would have done the same thing. So as we rebuild, it's going to be on a firmer and stronger foundation. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys this morning. And yes, thank you. And just as a reminder, next Sunday, no tarot time, because I'm going to be at my son's graduation. So we'll resume on I think it's the 16th or the 15th of May, whenever the 2 Sundays is from now. I think it's the 16th. All right. Thank you, everybody. So I'm going to end, and I'll see some of you at 7 then. And have a wonderful day. And namaste and aloha.